This is the demonstration video for the Wake Up Wraps. Cooking principles.
1. The eggs in this recipe are cooked by scrambling. Beat eggs in a bowl with milk, salt, and pepper. Pour into a skillet and stir while cooking. 2. Cook eggs on medium or low heat. Do not overcook.
Start at medium heat. You can always lower the temperature as you cook until it's on low. Protein often will squeeze out all the water if cooked at too high of heat, and therefore making our eggs tough, chewy, and rubbery.
3. Eggs coagulate when they change from a liquid to a solid during cooking.
Nutrition.
Tortillas and hash browns. Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are responsible for supplying the body with energy, sparring protein, and assisting the utilization of fats. Eggs. Complete protein, iron, phosphorus, vitamins A, B, D, E, K, and fat.
Eggs are a great source of protein. It is essential for building muscle, repairing all types of body tissue, regulating body processes, forming antibodies to fight infection, and supplying your body with energy. Eggs also have iron. Iron is needed to help build hemoglobin in the red blood cells to help transport oxygen and carbon dioxide, preventing nutritional anemia. Eggs contain phosphorus. The main function of phosphorus is the formation of bones and teeth. It is also needed for the body to make protein for growth, maintenance, and the repair of cell and tissues. Vitamin A is needed for normal growth and formations of bones and teeth, for maintaining normal vision, resisting infection by keeping your skin and lining layer of your body healthy. B vitamins help the body turn carbohydrates into energy, help with normal growth and development of the body, maintain good appetite and normal digestion, and is essential for the proper functioning of your nervous system. Vitamin D, also known as the sunshine vitamin. Eggs are one of the few natural sources that contain vitamin D in food. The major biological function of vitamin D is to maintain normal blood levels of calcium and phosphorus. Vitamin E. Eggs contain vitamin E, which is an antioxidant. Vitamin E also helps keep your immune system strong against viruses and bacteria. It also helps your red blood cells and widen blood vessels to keep the blood from clotting inside them. Vitamin K. Vitamin K refers to a group of fat-soluble vitamins that play a role in blood clotting, bone metabolism, and regulating of blood calcium levels. Egg yolks contain fat. Fat helps protect your body and insulate body parts such as major organs, supplies energy to your whole body, transports fat-soluble vitamins such as A, D, E, and K, and supplies your body with essential fatty acids needed for functioning.
Ham, complete protein and fat. Cheese has complete protein, calcium, vitamin A, and fat. Calcium is responsible for forming strong bones and teeth and maintaining and repairing the skeleton, maintaining muscle, tone, normal heartbeat, and healthy nerve functions, and aiding normal blood clotting.
Ingredients.
2 tortillas. Tortillas are round, thin flatbreads of Mexico, traditionally made from either cornmeal or wheat flour. The word tortilla comes from the Spanish word torta, meaning round cake. Flour tortillas are the perfect way to have high carbohydrates and low fat. Plus, they're super portable, meaning that you can take your breakfast on the go. 10 milliliters of margarine.
This will act as a tenderizer in our recipe today. As eggs cook, the proteins in the whites form tight, cross-link bonds that turn their texture dense and rubbery. By adding margarine to the mix, it coats the proteins with fat, inhibiting them from forming the bonds so the eggs stay soft and creamy.
250 milliliters of hash browns. Today we're using commercially prepared frozen hash browns for the ease of handling and the speed of making this breakfast wrap. The word hash derives from the French word hacher, which means to hack or chop. This means hash brown potatoes literally translate from chopped and fried potatoes. 125 milliliters of diced ham, 65 grams. Ham is the pork from the leg cut that has been preserved by either wet or dry curing with or without smoking. Ham is lean in protein and contains many important vitamins, minerals, and amino acid. It's particularly rich in selenium. Today we're using a smoked ham for the extra added flavor. 2 large eggs. Eggs have many functions, but today, as part of the filling, it will also act as a binder, helping glue together all our filling parts inside the wrap. 15 milliliters of water. Adding a liquid to the egg mixture will increase the lightness and fluffy texture within the final scrambled eggs, as it produces steams as it cooks. 60 milliliters of grated cheddar cheese. Cheddar cheese will act as a flavor within our wake-up wrap today, but also as a binder, as it too will help glue together all the filling ingredients within the wrap tortilla shell. Half a stalk of green onion. Green onion is one of the flavors for your wake-up wrap today. Green onions are simply the immature shoots of regular bulb onions. They're milder in flavor, full of vitamin C, B6, K, and potassium.
Salt enhances natural flavors, but salt in our egg dish today will help neutralize the negative charges in the protein molecules and allow the proteins to bond or coagulate at a lower temperature. Cooking at a lower temperature means that we can have a more tender and moist egg product. Pepper. We are seasoning our dish with pepper today, as our fillings have many different flavors and we do not want to overwhelm the entire dish.
This is your ingredient list for the wake-up wraps today.
Equipment. For this recipe, you will need
measuring equipment, dry measures and small measures,
a metal spatula, a non-stick skillet,
custard cups, a cutting board,
a chef's knife,
a wooden spoon or a lifter, a medium bowl,
a fork,
and a grater.
Method. Practice Bichette before you start your lab. Books away, aprons on. Roll back your sleeves, tie back up your hair or take off your hats. Stack your chairs, wash your hands, get out your equipment and your towels.
Step 1. Chop green onion, set aside. Using a chef's knife, slowly rock and chop along the length of the green onion, cutting in evenly diced pieces. Gently move your hand backwards so that you do not get cut. Step 2. Dice ham. I first start by taking my piece of ham and cutting it in long strips. If I notice the strips are too wide to end up with 1 centimeter cubes, I will cut those strips in half again. Then I'll cut the strips along the length until I have the 1 by 1 centimeter cubes I want. It's important the filling stays the same size so that you get everything in one bite. Step 3. In a skillet, melt margarine over medium heat. When melting the margarine, make sure you stay on medium heat. You may use your lifter or wooden spoon to help stir the margarine around so it evenly coats the bottom of the non-stick pan. Step 4. Cook hash brown potatoes and diced ham until hash browns are golden brown. One of the best ways to cook hash browns is to actually let them be in the margarine. When you let them set up in the fat, they'll have time to fry the one side before you toss them about. This way you have a nice crispy hash brown rather than breaking apart a hash brown, turning it mushy. Wait until you see the brilliant golden brown color and then you know you're done. Step 5. In a medium bowl, beat the eggs with the water. Stir in the chopped green onions and the salt and pepper to taste. Start by cracking your eggs on the countertop. We do this because if we crack on the edge of the bowl, we're more likely to get shell in our egg mixture. Then we're going to add in water. Water is important to add to scrambled eggs. It creates the liquid needed to evaporate as it's cooking. When it evaporates, it creates steam, and this will make our light and fluffy scrambled eggs. If you don't add the water, what will happen is more of the water that's found within the egg will evaporate and you will be left with dry, tough, chewy eggs. Then we're going to beat with a fork for 30 to 60 seconds, just enough for the eggs to be well combined together, but also to incorporate air. You know there's enough air in your mixture when large bubbles start forming on the top. Then add in your green onion and a little salt and pepper to your liking. Beat again with your fork to make sure the green onion and the salt and pepper is evenly distributed in your egg mixture. Step 6. Reduce heat to low. Stir egg mixture into the browned hash browns. Cook until eggs are set but still moist. With my heat now on low, I will pour my egg mixture over my hash browns. The eggs will set up really quickly, so you need to just stir them as you need to cook them. Try not to constantly stir them because it will beat out all the air that you incorporated earlier. The trick with scrambled eggs is to cook just until it looks like it's almost done, so it should still be moist or wet on the top. If it's not quite done in the pan, trust me, it'll be done on the plate. Eggs cook so incredibly fast. That's why you have to make sure you stop them before they're overdone. Step 7. Sprinkle cheese over top and stir until just melted. If you haven't done so already, grate your block of cheddar cheese using the grater on a cutting board. Using a cutting board makes it so that you're less likely to slip with the grater and accidentally cut your fingertips. Make sure you keep your fingertips well away from the blade and that you rotate the block as you go. And when you come down to the very last part of the cheese, you gently just push it through, avoiding cutting your fingers. Sprinkle your cheese on top of your slightly undercooked eggs and just allow it to sit there for an extra 30 seconds until your cheese is melted. Step 8. Spoon half of the mixture onto the center of each tortilla. Fold up the bottom and then the sides over the filling. Now I'm going to show you 2 different ways to fold your tortilla. The first way is how I would fold the tortilla if I was doing a batch cook of this recipe and I was about to freeze these wrapped in tin foil. That way each morning on my way to school, I could take one out of the freezer, microwave it for a minute or 2, and then be on my way to school eating my breakfast. What I do is I spoon the egg mixture onto the tortilla, which I placed on a large dinner plate. Then I fold up the top and bottom. I fold over the side and I gently move the mixture tightly into the tortilla, and then I finish rolling. This is the best way to have it so that when you're freezing it, it's all wrapped up tightly. The second way I'm going to show you how to roll it is if you're going to eat it right away here now in class. What you do is you spoon half the mixture onto the tortilla, gently fold up the bottom only, leaving the top alone. Bring one side over the egg mixture and tightly roll the rest of the wrap. When the egg mixture is open at the top, that means it's ready to be eaten right away. This recipe yields 2 wraps. Test for doneness. 1. Hash browns and ham are golden brown on edges. 2. Eggs are set but still moist. Standards. 1. Eggs are still moist and tender. This shows that your eggs have a shiny look to them, as well as that you haven't overstirred them, beating out all the air and the moisture. 2. Hash browns are tender and golden brown. Remember, the key with hash browns is to let them set up in the fat as they cook before you start stirring them. Take a look. They went from a really pale off-white color to a lovely shade of golden brown. 3. The wrap is folded neatly. Try to make sure that you fold the wrap as tight as you can so that it doesn't look like it's unraveling as it's on the plate. Also, that you didn't under or overfill the tortilla. Underfilling the tortilla would cause it to crack as you tried to roll it. 4. Filling ingredients are diced to an appropriate size. What's really important about the filling is that when you take a bite, we get every part of the flavors, some of the green onion, ham, hash brown, and egg. These are the standards for the Wake Up Wrap. Let's take a look at my demonstration. I'm going to transfer my wrap over to a cutting board and gently cut it open using the chef's knife. When we take a look inside, you can see that all my filling ingredients are even in size, and that if I were to take a bite, I would get an excellent distribution of all the flavors within the wrap. The worst thing I could find inside the wrap is that I see large chunks of ham, or only hash brown, or only egg. Make sure it has the medley of flavors that the Wake Up Wrap has. Learning to scramble an egg is an egg cookery technique that every young chef should master. This Wake Up Wrap is full of complex carbohydrates and protein, which makes it a great way for you to start your day, and surely this will become one of your favorite go-to recipes for the morning before school. Thanks for watching, and happy cooking!